Islam comes out, Islam's doing an interview, and he shows that he had like surgery on his hand, or his hand was broken. He's got some kind of repair to his hand. He's going to be out of fighting because of his hand. That's just not how it's done. I mean, it was really interesting. It was very compelling that Islam not only had an injury, he'd had it worked on. He'd had it corrected. And he's now in the recovery phase before any of us even know that this happened. Like, that's not how guys have been doing it for the last 10 years. If a guy's got any kind of ailment, he wants some kind of a sympathy, or he wants some kind of a story. I've never really understood it myself. He'll take his own x-rays, and he'll put his own x-rays on social media. Right? It's a very weird thing to do. Like anything that I had that was medical, it wouldn't matter what it was. I wouldn't tell you about it. That's weird. But this is still what guys do. So it was very interesting the way this came up on Islam's side. All right, great. Throw this story over to Arman Tsarukyan. So Tsarukyan is looking at that and he's saying, hey, listen, this isn't a big problem for me. I've never had heat with Islam. That's created through other people. Islam's got to beat. I just want to get to the title. Let's just do an interim championship. There's guys out there. See Dustin Poirier, just by example. Let's get this interim title going. So I come in today and I'm thinking, all right, let's think here. Who are we going to get for an interim championship? Who are we going to get to take on Tsarukyan? And frankly, Poirier's name does come right up. Now, I want to predict for you that he's going to be the guy. I'm just sharing as you're starting to go through this that would be one of the guys. And then it dawns on me. I open up my Jocko Fuel. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, and I go, wait a minute. What are we doing talking about an interim championship? Where did this come from? Tsarukyan put out an interview talking about he'll do an interim championship. And I fell for it. Like, I came away from reading that interview thinking, yes, who should we do for an interim title? There's no interim title. What are you talking about, an interim title? And since when did a guy on suspension start calling for interim championships in the first place? How did this come about? And why did I not think of it? I also got to tell you, I think of that. Today happens to be the 14-year anniversary of my match with Anderson Silva, part 1. And it just feels like yesterday to me. I can't believe it's been 14 years, but I will share with you, there was a period of time where I couldn't get in there with Anderson for part 1 or for part 2. Why didn't I call for an interim title fight? There's a period of time where Anderson was hurt. I want to say it was his rib or something along these lines. Why did I not go out and call for an interim title fight? How is it that Tsarukyan thought of this? How is it that Tsarukyan got so close to pulling this off? He got so close to pulling it off that he started lining up possible opponents, and now you're even getting the possible opponents to start weighing in and responding. We don't know how long Islam is out for 1. We don't even know when Tsarukyan is back for 2. That has been said and established. Like, the commission did bring the gavel down over the guy that he punched. You know, I met that guy. I met the guy that Tsarukyan punched on his way to the ring. Yeah, I did. I've always wanted to talk to the guy. I wanted to stay in touch with him. I wanted to have him on the show. And somehow that didn't work out. There was people everywhere. It's the UFC Expo. He comes up to me, explains to me, I'm the guy. And I'm not suing. Oh, and by the way, UFC set me up with tickets to this event. I'm happy as can be. He said, you know, I'm the one that prompted that. I was actually cheering for him, but I'm still cheering for him. I want to see him win the world title. I don't like just being the guy that Tsarukyan punched. I want to be the guy that world champion Tsarukyan punched. Like, he just had this great attitude about it. And I mean, maybe that's the guy we should fight for the interim championship. Maybe that guy that took the punch and didn't even want anything for it, maybe he should come in and fight. But do you see how we've gone down Crazyville? Like, if we're in Crazyville already, why stop? How did Tsarukyan get this message out? How did he make us all fall for it? How is he calling for fights and even getting interviews about fights while on suspension? This was one of the great jobs, one of the great con jobs, and it was this close to working.